What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match reaction, another draw. Um, I say it like it's something sensational, it's something new, but actually, it's it's a tradition. It's becoming a tradition lately for us to not win in Serie A and actually not even lose, even though we should be losing games, but just picking up draws. With me, Norbert Malik. Thanks for joining because I'm gonna be honest. If I didn't have a channel and somebody asked me to come on this season, I would have declined the last couple of weeks. But yeah, you guys still here.
I feel like we are in it together, as Juventus fans. So it's better to suffer in company, I guess. Yeah, but I'm completely deflated. I woke up actually sad, like depressed, and it's really weird that we're still here. We never, we just can't get out of this, and it's really tiring.
Yeah. It's like it's 10 draws, 12 in total for the season. Like, genuinely, guys, get out the coloring book. We're drawing like for fun at this point. It's I don't know, like against Venezia, and I expected even after a win like the one against City, would start something, but no, we looked worse. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, Norbert, you said you woke up. I woke up, and the first hour I completely forgot. I completely forgot until I picked up my phone, and I got like notifications, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. I actually forgot about it for a good, almost a good hour, which was good. Until I realized what we all witnessed yesterday, on off the pitch. I described it as early sign. Like I'm not saying it is, but I've seen banter eras for other clubs having these type of situations, like off the pitch and on the pitch. Not saying it is, but like the vibe around the club has spiraled that negative. Like it's gone into a negative spiral really, really quickly. Compared to the start of the season, I don't know where to start. Let's just start about the game in itself, the performance, because I did my preview with Norbert, and I tried to be very positive, because it's Venezia. And you said, well, it's not a given, and I agreed, but I was like, it's Venezia. You have more than enough quality just to win by default, I guess. But the performance, well, it was disgraceful, right?
It was. We didn't create against the dead last team in Serie A. Like this team is going to relegate for sure. They won, I think, 2 games altogether this season so far, and we didn't create anything. Like our goals were set pieces, or set piece and a penalty. So it's complete disaster. Like I don't even know. And like I'm serious now. If Motta is not seeing that he needs to have balls and change something from the next game, it's done. Like he's done in my eyes. Like this was the last game. I would say that okay, Motta has time, whatever. Like he would have time if he would change things, but he's not changing anything. This is insane. Like it can't continue like this.
Yeah, I keep telling myself after every single draw, after every single like negative results, but it's gonna get better. The players are gonna come back. It's gonna get better. They're gonna improve. They're gonna understand Motta's football better. But yeah, compared to the start of the season, like as you said, the vibe is just so different, and it just feels so negative. Even like the situation with the Curva and the players now, like what happened yesterday, literally, like everything feels very toxic now, and yeah, it's disheartening because like for me in my eyes, like the season domestically in Serie A, it feels done. Like everyone's too far away. It's like crazy to say, but yeah, another season of fighting for top four. Yeah.
We will talk about that, what happened post game, but on the season, like Motta talked about the standings, saying like we shouldn't be looking at it right now. He should, he actually should, to be honest. I like when people say it's done. I don't like. the way we play, yeah, it's done. But I don't expect Lazio and Fiorentina to keep up their pace. I'm sorry, there's no chance. I think it's just Atalanta and Napoli and Inter, they're on a different pace. We have so many issues, and I described it as it's worse than last season, because last season we made as a team, or Allegri, whatever, made the decision we're just gonna sit back, soak up pressure, and still lose games. A lot of games, not win. People can remember that, even though people are acting like that never happened. Right now, we are actually having the same type of results, but the mindset is different. The mindset is we keep the ball, and usually when you keep the ball, you should be like, okay, then you should be keeping clean sheets. You should be scoring goals. That's not really the case right now. Like it's just not the case. Like we concede. Actually, from the first thing the first difficulty we come across, we concede at this moment in time. That's how it feels. And the goals we concede, the type of goals we concede, are also really poor as well. And up front, it's just a disaster. Like it's a disaster. That's all I said. There's no risk. Like we don't take risks in passing, in anything. We don't commit enough up front, in my opinion, and that's by decision. Like it's not the players cannot, it's a decision. Like Norbert said, like it's very safe. We keep it very safe, and
Yeah.
then you have players like I thought people were like angry that we just bopped the ball around between the defenders and so on. Remember when I said at the start of the summer or the end of the summer when we didn't sign Calafiori or Todibo, and I went off and I was like, it's insane. Like it's insane, because you like it's that's what a coach wants. It's typical to like I cannot describe what the thought process was. So Motta, whatever he wants to do, is never gonna happen. However, that being said, that's not an excuse, like you said, Norbert, to be extremely stubborn. When he comes out post game and he says, well, it's on me that Coppa is not playing well because I'm not putting him in the best position to perform. I'm like, why? Like, why? Is not taking a risk better, which is not, because we're looking at it, it's not good, than actually taking risks and playing players in their positions and maybe opening up a little bit than watching this. And then he topped it off by saying, right now, December 15th, we still have no idea how to break down teams who sit back. That's not on players, that's on coaching.
How much more can we open? Like we got 2 goals against the last. Like what, how much worse can it be? Like just, it's so annoying.
Yeah, and Nicolosi dunked on us.
Yep.
The goals we conceded were horrible, by the way. I don't like Nicolosi did. I don't think he had a good game. Like I know people were like talking about it. I was like, he didn't have like Venezia were crap as well. Like that was just a bad game. Like all around, nobody was good on that pitch. Like it was just bad. Like it's really bad watch. And during the week, I watched Shamrock play Conference League. It looked better. I'm not gonna lie. It looked better. Like it actually looked better. This is actually frustrating because like the moment we went up 1-0, the reaction afterward, I think that's where people have the biggest issue with it. Like it's disgraceful. It like the mindset is unbelievably poor right now.
Yeah, after the goal, it looked like we were playing with 10 men. Like seriously,
we were playing with 10 men. Like I'll keep saying it. And then like I know you cannot play every week and so on, but if that's the approach you take, where it's like you don't commit a lot, you don't take a lot of risk, and it's 1v1, I will say once again, Timothy Weah is useless. Like he's just completely useless. Like he's out there, but if you want to play the way you want to play right now, and you need to have that one player make it happen, then Timothy Weah is the most useless player you will ever see. I'm sorry. Like he's out there, and I have no idea what he does. Like actually no idea. Like he offers absolutely nothing. Like nothing. McKennie yesterday, same thing. Like if you ask him to build up play, I'm sorry. Like they're not. He's not that guy. Like I'm sorry. Like it's slow. You take too many touches. Like it's already slow. It's just getting worse. Like it makes it even worse in my opinion. You know, so it's a Motta, like Norbert said. Like how long? Like not me because I've said what I have to say. But how long before a lot of people will turn against him? Like with a lot, I mean it's just it becomes so obvious, you know, that basically all everybody is going against him right now. Like how much credit does he have in the bank?
I think it all depends on the Champions League right now. If we wouldn't be close to qualifying to the next round to the playoffs, then I think he wouldn't have too many friends or supporters, and it's so sad. Like we are worse right now than the Del Neri team was. Like the Luigi Del Neri.
Oh, that was
Like we have less points. Like it's crazy.
actually more enjoyable to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you know what it reminds me of in a way? I know we won the league that season, but the way we play reminds me of Sarri's team. Like, it's just so, I don't know, just so bland and just so, like, very predictable patterns. Like, but this time it's like we can't even enter the final third, so that's worse, you know?
Yeah.
It does look worse. It looks like we're back to square one after that disaster performance yesterday. I watched City play Manu, and it felt good to beat City, and I thought we all needed a win. But yeah, I don't think that's much of an accomplishment. Like watching City play, it's insane to say that. Yeah, I mean they're not good. Like they're just not good. And you get up for it. Like I said, we cannot get up for these type of games. Um, I'm not optimistic when it comes to anything, but that doesn't depend on me. But even if I couldn't see that coming, even I couldn't see that coming. Said, losing against a City B team and man of the match form is someone who sold them this summer. Yeah, which still we should have sold Nicolucci because he's not good enough for the top. Yeah, I saw people saying we should have kept him. No, we shouldn't. Like we absolutely should not have kept him. Like let's not do that as
Yeah.
well. It's worse when you're 1-0 up against the worst team in the league and should have lost. Yeah, yeah, it is. In my opinion, the biggest problem when it comes to breaking teams that sit deep is our backs. They offer nothing going forward. There are not a lot of overlaps. Like there's no movement off the ball as well, right? Like if we
Yeah.
when we do the passing and keep possession in around the box, it's very easy to defend, right? It's sideways. If you just are focused as a opposition side and you just slide, you know, with possession, the possession we have, it's not difficult. Like you just need to get the 1v1 out of it, and that's basically it. That will do the trick right now. Like that's it. Stop the 1v1, and we have no idea how to break down a team. And again, that's you can say quality of players, but I think we have more enough quality to break down Venezia, Empoli, like these Roma. Like if you watch Roma play, like we have enough quality to break those teams down. However, we have no clue how to do that, and that goes back to coaching because you can put out the players out there, they're not gonna figure it out on their own. It's just not gonna happen. That's why you have a coach, and right now, he is failing in that regard. That's just what it is. Like he's failing because
Yeah.
he doesn't have a solution at all.
Yeah. It's like if our wingers can beat their opponent one on one, or some more times than not they are double teamed, then they just stop and the ball goes back slowly to the middle and to the other side, and then the same, and then back to the middle, and then the same. It's like there's no movement, there's no nothing.
That's all. Like I said, it's all so stale. It's just thing is like, how are we gonna improve? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like even me, like I consider myself quite optimistic. It's not looking good. Yeah.
No, well, it's definitely not looking good.
Uh,
Like even for like Norbert said, is he gonna change something? He's not gonna do that because there's a one-off game on the weekend on Tuesday, so he's not gonna make any changes there. I think it's Monza. I watched them by the way. horrible team. Like actually, like I've said, Venezia are the worst team. I might need to reconsider that, you know. But Monza have more quality, but they don't play like that. But we will absolutely struggle against Monza. We will struggle against Monza as well. But and then I think it's Fiorentina to wrap up the season, to wrap up the year. Excuse me.
Yeah,
But I said in my match reaction yesterday, we will get up for these games. Fiorentina at home, we will be ready, which is unacceptable. Like it's acceptable and unacceptable at the same way because we're not ready to play these games. I think it's very obvious. We're just not. We cannot get up for it. We cannot stay focused, and we're just not up for it. And I don't know. Like I wish we had a solution that was just a one part where it's like you need to switch a player here and there. That's not the case. Like Colt Miners, for example, like forget about the price tag. You know, if nobody knew what we pay for him, and you would ask somebody now, he's like, yeah, it's 15-20 million euro player, right? Like he's completely lost. He's low on confidence. He offers absolutely nothing in possession, like absolutely nothing, and you're playing basically a man down in certain moments. You know, McKennie as well. A ghost yesterday in that midfield. I think the only guy who played his game sort of was Turam, I think, and that's about
Yep.
it. Like he, especially in the first half, I was looking at him. I was like, okay, somebody help him out, I guess. Like one player wanted to play. I'm assuming other than that, nobody really showed any sort of intent to play that game. You know, and you know what the messed up part is? A lot of these games are at home. Like they're just at home.
Yeah.
That's the messed up part. Like it's Venezia at home, it's Cagliari at home, it's Parma at home, Bologna. Like these are home games, not even away games, home games. So if you cannot get up for home games, then I have no idea what to tell you. Like
It's I have deja vu like last year. What are they doing on training? You know, like all this half a year. What did they do on training? Motta was supposed to do all these crazy off the ball movements and teach them how to move together and whatnot, you know. But we can't see anything. I don't understand.
yeah, like the thing is, like, it started the season, it did look different, it did look promising, it
Yeah.
did look exciting. Like, what changed? Like,
we
what
took
happened?
risks.
Yeah, still, like, and again, it's like the stubbornness, like you keep saying, Norbert, it's just Cup Miners is not a 10. He is
Yeah.
never going to be a 10. Play him deeper, things will look much better. Just like it did against Bologna later on. I genuinely don't understand the stubbornness sometimes coaches have.
Like when Yildiz played as a 10, we were awesome. Like
Yeah,
even
like the
against
first,
Bologna, that's when things happened.
yeah, even especially the first two games, Yildiz was a 10. And he looked
Yeah.
PSV,
phenomenal.
PSV.
Yeah.
Like we don't take any risks right now. Like right now, we're a team that absolutely do not take any risks whatsoever. Like we don't, and it's purely because we gave up some counterattacks earlier on the season against some bad teams, I guess, and something switched. Like something switched with Thiago Motta. He made a decision to uh, do it another way. You know, do something else, and something else is not working. And now he's extremely stubborn. He should find a way to turn it around, and it's like you don't have other like these are the players you have. You have 3 games right now to do something, and the Super Coppa. You know, the Super Coppa for me is it's 2 games to experiment. I don't care. No injuries and try something. That's my. I hope the club made that clear to him because. Yeah, it's a trophy, so the club will not. But I don't really care, about that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a way to have like actually a week or two of actually just training. Stay together, train, try things out. Nobody is gonna kill you like for not winning the Super Coppa or like if people are going mad for not winning the Super Coppa, I think they're faking it. Like I cannot believe actually people not care about the Super Coppa, but will lose their minds over not winning the Super Coppa. That's the only 2 weeks we have to actually just work with an entire group, and he's gonna need to use it right now. Norbert, he's gonna be stubborn. He's not gonna change it for Cagliari, Monza, and Fiorentina. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, you know. So we need to, I think, accept that. And he's gonna need to play the best players the last 3 games. That's the only way he's gonna maybe potentially have a win. But let's move on for the last part of the show to talk about what happened post game. In a nutshell, because a lot of things were said on social media. So Vlahovic already had some, you know, I don't know, issues, I guess, before and after the pen. It's unclear with who that was. Was that with um, a Venezia defender, somebody behind the goal? I don't know. You know, that's that. After the game, what happened? Everybody saw the videos, right? You know, the team was walking towards the fans, and midway through that walk, he started pointing and shouting. You know, and it was not even close to where the fans were at that point. You know, and then on social media, a lot of people put out there racial things have been said. That was clearly not correct. You know, based on the
There's no
stories.
proof of that.
There's no
Yeah.
proof, and also all the reports are saying today that Vlahovic came out and told the club that didn't happen as well because something else happened. That I don't like as well, you know, because now you're accusing I don't know how many people who were there, thousands, of shouting things that you shouldn't be shouting, you know, or racist comments. I don't like that, you know, and that's one person puts that out there, and you know how social media is. That is not okay, and people are still using it, and there's absolutely no proof out there of that as well. So Vlahovic came in today, and he said basically that one person, like actually one person out of I don't know how many people, made a death threat to him, and that's why he kind of kicked off, and he apologized, and you know, and he put out a statement and whatever. So that is kind of what happened at all. Now, I believe that happened basically. However, he started the argument midway through that walk. How is it like how like I don't know. I think something else happened before. I don't know if any can rewatch before and after the pen what happened. I think something else happened because midway through that walk, I think it's impossible to hear that one person shout that when it's 30 meters away with the speakers on in the stadium, the music blasting. It's impossible. Something else happened. You can watch after, like, there are pictures. I can put out the pictures on social media if you want, because they're out there, where Thuram was holding him back after the pen, because he was having an argument with I don't know who after the pen, probably the fans, because they were booing, I don't know, and he started pointing and shouting to the Curva midway through that walk. I don't think he heard anything until he actually got there. And then he lost it again, but he lost it already before they got there. So what I want to say is that death threats, obviously not okay. Like, that's like, it's still football at the end of the day, you know. But he was pointing and shouting before he went there. And for me, you just don't, you know, you played rubbish as a team. You have been for a couple of games, or like more than a couple of games at home. It's normal. The reaction you're going to get, being booed and whatever, it's normal. What I also don't like, and I'm actually going to applaud Danilo, is that post-game, the same bullshit came out. You know, fans, it's soft. Like, people are soft right now, saying they shouldn't be going over there and thank the fans. That's absolutely rubbish. And thankfully, Danilo came out and he basically said, that's how things are here, basically, in this country. It's a tradition. I'm the captain. I'm going to do that. Until I'm the
everywhere,
captain.
honestly.
Yeah. But he said, until I'm the captain of this club, I'm going to lead the players underneath the Curva, and we're going to stand there, applaud them. If we win, if we don't win, we're going to take it, and that's it. I liked what he said. He also said that if another captain comes in and he doesn't want to do that, that's his issue. I didn't like the question the media asked him. I don't like fans saying, oh, you shouldn't just walk into the locker room. That's absolutely bullshit. Like, that's bullshit. They pay. Do people know how much a season ticket costs? I don't think people know. It's easy to come out on social media and say, walk in. If you need to pay that money and they put in that type of performances week in, week out, and post-game they just walk into the locker room, you will be pissed.
Yeah.
Right now, there's no leader. And to top it off really quickly, there's no like nobody actually stood up in front of the pack basically and took it. They were all just standing there a little bit, and it's like, are you gonna do something? And I saw Nico Gonzalez holding players back. I'm like, the dude just got there and he was holding Vlahovic back because, like, how many games has he played for us? 2, 3, I don't know. And even he was like, come on, dude, like that's not the way to go because now you're basically done. Like it's cooked. So it's a complete mess. But you guys go. I spoken up.
Yeah, in Eastern Europe, when I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar everywhere. But if a team has such a horrible streak of games and they playing this bad at home against the dead last, the fans ask them to take off your jersey, and they talk to them like, "What are you doing?" And you stand there and you accept whatever they say, and you shut up. You don't talk back. You just accept whatever they say, and I don't know. They might go to practice after this, and then they will talk to them there as well. Like these things happen, and you just accept it. You're just one player who plays what is the average? Three seasons, 4 seasons at a club, and then you're gone. But the fans will always be there. That threats, obviously, that's a no-go. But we don't know if it was one person. That's not that doesn't represent the whole group, the whole Curva. So yeah, as a player, you just accept whatever they say, and you say, okay, I will try better, and that's what you do, and you not talk back, and not whatever. It's So Vlahovic is really. I really liked him, but after this, I'm not sure if I can ever like him.
I think Vlahovic is dead to the Curva now. So like every home game, it's gonna be like an away game for him now. But yeah, obviously death threats aren't cool. If that's the case, obviously completely wrong. But his reaction was too aggressive. So
after such a game,
after such a game as well, and add that to the fact his performances haven't been the best. It's like it's a bit rough. But yeah, this makes me think he'll soon be out of the club. Maybe.
Yeah.
It just adds to that. So we'll see.
And to be fair, he played okay yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought he was like one of the better players on the pitch.
He was, yeah. But the general view is like.
Yeah.
But that's also a common mistake. I saw that people saying, "Oh, but they're coming for him. He was not even the worst player on the pitch." They were not coming for him because he had a bad game. that like come on, like that's not why he was getting it. He was getting it because the team was walking to that part of the stadium, and he was calling him out. Like he was calling him out. That's why they lost it. That's why they went all mad. It's not because he had a bad game. Because post City, there are videos out there. They were singing his name. After the game, he was under the stands. They were singing his name. They're not gonna call him out or attack a person. Like they're not gonna attack a person individually because they have a bad game post game. I've not seen that.
That never happens.
I've not seen it. I've never seen it. It's always the entire group. That's why the entire group's out there, and they're not gonna call out Danilo. You're rubbish. And entire Curva's gonna call out Danilo because he played a rubbish game. That's not how it happens. So that's why I'm saying something else happened, like something else. And like Malik said, he's gonna play a lot of away games this season. He's gonna play like it's gonna be ugly. Like the moment he touches the ball, it's gonna be ugly. Because that's what happened right now. And good or not, like the only way out of this, quote unquote, is he actually talks to them. And people will say that's insane. You shouldn't be. You should lower your yourself to do that. But for his own good, like mentally, and in games, probably against Cagliari pre-game warm up, he's gonna need to go over there and explain himself and apologize, and maybe it kind of calms down the situation because nobody needs this. Right or wrong, I don't care who's right, who's wrong right now. Nobody needs this. Not the club, not Motta, not Vlahovic. Nobody needs this. So he's going to need to figure it out, and the fans as well. But it's
that's his only chance. That's his only chance, but I can also see that the ultras will go to one of the practice. That I can also see. but yeah, talking through this, that's the only way, and the whole team will benefit from this. So
Yeah, I hope it's resolved quickly because like our season is already a mess and this just adds to it. You know, it's like an extra layer to the banter here, as you say, Ali. But or somewhat of a banter here. But yeah, if it's not sorted, it's I expect like the atmosphere to be like Bonucci when he first came back. I was there for his her first home game back. Every ball touched was whistle after whistle after whistle.
You know,
So
you know what fans are like. Like they will forget if you start banging goals. They will forget.
yeah,
However, this I'm sorry. I saw an article on Toto Juve. They explained the situation. You know what happened. You know with what he told the club today, and they also added that they have a feeling they will sort it out. So I mean, I don't know if they have information, but probably something like nobody needs this again. Like it, you just create toxicity for no good reason at all. Basically, maybe it was a misunderstanding and it got all out of hand. You know, I don't
yeah,
know what it was, but like what triggered Vlahovic? Because it happened before he walked there. Like the video's out there. It happened before he got there. Before he was even close to getting there, he was already pissed. Like really pissed. So something else must have happened. And I don't know what it is. Now,
maybe a small group had a banner about him, like
no, as well.
I don't know.
No,
No,
no, as well. Because somebody suggested that as well, and somebody was at the in that stance. He said no, there was no banner. He was just not flipping us the fans off, but he was pointing and shouting whilst they were walking from midfield to the like. It was just weird. Like something triggered him before he actually got there. So that's not good, you know. It's not good, and like I said, he's gonna need to probably talk, you know, and go out there,
yeah, yeah,
um, and do something, or like you said, maybe because they're not really allowed to meet the fans actually, you know, which is a weird
yeah.
rule. But something is gonna need to be figured out because you cannot play away whilst you're playing at home right now. So let's see. But that was just like I turned off the game immediately. I needed to put on the TV again when that was happening because yeah, I mean like it's a bad game and you just made it a lot worse. Like and it was not needed. Like it was not needed. Um, but yeah, I don't know what it was. Something happened after the pen. The moment he scored that pen, I will put out the pictures. He was pointing to I don't know who. He was really really pissed, and maybe it's because they wanted more support or whatever. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, what like I like what do you expect? Like, do you
Yeah.
expect people to go mental because you scored a last minute pen, which I to this
Yeah.
day right now I'm still confused how that was a pen, to be honest. If that goes against us, I'm losing my shit, you know. But that put aside, you cannot expect fans going mental over that when they saw what happened against Bologna, and it's the same. Like you're getting away with, you're just avoiding a loss against teams you should be beating. You cannot expect the fans to go mental about that. This is not a last minute pen to tie Inter or tie a Champions League semi-final. That's not it. Like it's Venezia at home. Like you can, like I said last season, you can celebrate a goal and you can be happy that the ball went in, but you also need to be realistic. It's more about just a goal. So
Yeah.
I don't
That
know.
makes sense, actually. I think that makes sense. That maybe the fans were didn't celebrate after the goal, and he wanted he wanted them to. I don't know. That's also weird, though.
Yeah, I let's see. Let's see how that will resolve. But like, if it doesn't, like Malik said, he's gonna play a lot of away games. Let me read out a few comments before I have one more question. Excuse me. I will wrap it up. Um, I'll talk about Bremer. We miss Bremer, but like that is not the reason we cannot beat Venezia. To be honest. Um,
Yeah.
I think he was pissed because he wanted the fans to support after the goal, but they were booing. Yeah, yeah. I think spot
maybe
on.
probably.
Cagliari, I will ask you guys because I'm gonna do my preview tomorrow. What are your expectations? Usually we play a B team against Cagliari in the Coppa Italia, and usually they ball out. Well, we barely have an A team at this moment in time who's fit. What are your expectations? Like, what do you want to see? Like, what do you expect to see? Yeah, Norbert.
Yeah, it's I really don't know what are we going to see. Like I expect them to wake up, but that's like a far cry. It's not realistic. Um, so I just want to see the same thing that I didn't see against Venezia, like like a 2-0, 3-0. I don't know, something easy and simple, but I don't think that will happen, sadly.
I don't know, like something always happens with these Coppa Italia games, even when you're in the worst form possible. So I think we comfortably go through, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely need to advance because like you cannot be
Oh,
knocked
if we
out
get
of the Coppa Italia.
knocked out of the Coppa Italia this early, ooh, it's gonna be so ugly.
Yeah, and actually, like Norbert said, it's on the board that we will have another stinky game and we will not get away with it. It's actually on the board because Cagliari
Yep.
should not have lost against Atalanta. I don't know if anyone watched that game. They shouldn't.
I
Like
saw
they
this.
shouldn't have. They should have not lost that game. But they did because it's Cagliari and they're playing Atalanta. But right now we're not Atalanta, so it could be. But let's see. I will preview that tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting to listen to Thiago Motta, what he has to say, because I'm expecting at least some better questions this time around. But let's see. People in the chat, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. As always, I'll be back live tomorrow, probably an hour earlier than we started today. He will not talk. Why will he not talk? He's not suspended. They will not do a presser. Who put that out? I've not seen it. That's actually bullshit if they don't do a presser. Is it no presser because of the Coppa Italia, or they made a decision not to do a presser? Because that's bullshit. I've not seen that, to be honest. I actually read that there was a presser. They made a decision not to do it. Yeah, who said that, Spiros? Because I've actually missed that. I was out all day, so I've missed that. Who put that out there? Because that's actually bullshit. If that's real, that's bullshit. Why not talk to the media?
That's scary.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I imagine because all the questions would be about the Vlahovic incident, and they just
Yeah.
want to avoid.
No,
Yeah, but either way, the next presser it's bound to come up. So
Yeah, but he can say I don't know anything about it, or like I didn't see it or something.
yeah, true. It's weird. Yeah, it's not typical.
Spiros, let
'Cause
me know
that'd be the presser.
who said that. Because I actually completely missed that.
Yeah, same here.
That's
I was
actually
out.
worrying. That's actually worrying if that's the case. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually
Yep.
really worrying if that's the case. Because even when we went in retreat, basically, we still did the presser. So I'll try to find it. Can't remember. Let me know, Spiros, because I've actually not seen that at all. But yeah, people, gonna wrap it up because I need to go quickly. Like the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow.